Hello, my name's Lou Gett. I'm with Tom Haskell with the, we're both work directly for the University of Connecticut. We work under the Department of Planning and Architectural Engineering Services. So we're about ready to begin a series, and we're going to take you through the construction process on the Monteith renovation projects. Tom was our design project manager. So our first series is going to start with the design, and then once a month we plan on adding a construction video to our website, so you'll be able to keep track and stay in tune with the progress of the project. Tom was our design project manager for this Monteith project, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. So Tom is going to take us through the conception, some of the history and preliminary design. This will be our first video, and we will continue in through construction. Tom, thank you so much for spending some time.
Well, thank you. Why don't we start with the building and its siting. Monteith and its sister building, Arjona, face Mirror Lake in the South Campus. Arjona was renovated about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. Monteith is obviously currently under construction. These two buildings were originally considered to be swing space for the university as other building construction projects ramped up. But in the middle of the design process, it was determined that the math department would move into Monteith, and so the building was reprogrammed and in a more specific way, and we'll talk about that a little bit as we move through this presentation.
So Tom, will the math department be permanently in Monteith, or only for the duration that the renovations are happening in Gant?
This is planned to be their new and permanent home.
Nice. So this is the front elevation.
This is the before after of Monteith. We used this when we started the design process to document where we are. Essentially, it's going to be the after photograph as well, because the outside of the building will not change very much. The front steps here in this area will be rebuilt. The window air conditioners obviously will go away and new air systems will be put in. And architectural screening similar to that on Arjona will be put on the roof to conceal mechanical equipment.
So very similar to Arjona, the stairs get all rebuilt, but it will actually pretty much look the way it does today.
Absolutely.
It has the same shape, you know, it'll be just tightened up. So Tom, on the general...
Before we go there though, the primary improvements on the outside really are for site amenities: walks, steps, ramps, benches, bike racks, and then new landscaping. So, and a significant part of this project actually was the retention and protection of all of the mature trees that surround this building. There's a very large
in the quadrant area, the big huge
tree,
beech in the back there.
Right, there's a redwood along the Whitney Road side. There are mature oak trees. So we're preserving what we can and enhancing what we can't.
Very nice. Very nice. Tom, so generally speaking, it's a 4-story building. Are the floors similar?
The floors are almost all identical. So it's a 4-story building of about 68,000 square feet. And there's an additional building, the Schenker Auditorium, which is another 5,000 square feet. That's located up here in the northwest quadrant. The building essentially is a very simple construction of a structural frame with a center bearing wall. And while the outside of the building won't change, the inside of the building is going to be completely brand new. We are demolishing everything except the structural elements and the stair towers. And we are providing upgraded structural systems for seismic capabilities, and then all new partitions, finishes, for the building interior. We're providing new restrooms. We're providing complete new mechanical electrical systems. The data telecom systems will be state-of-the-art, everything to the new university standards.
Nice, Tom. So Tom, take us through a general, you know, the layout on how the building will flow and what the students can expect in the future going forward.
Well, this is the entrance floor of the building, floor 1. So here's the entrance facing Mirror Lake. There are 2 wings, a short wing and a long wing. The lecture halls are both located on this level, one inside the building, Monteith, and one outside the building, Schenker. The faculty offices are a bar that always faces towards the lake or towards Arjona, and the classrooms are in a bar which face the courtyard and the great beech tree. And this stacks up primarily the same through 4 floors. The primary exception being that The math department offices are located on the second floor. The area we call the knuckle over the primary entrance becomes collaboration spaces on floors 2 and 3, and an open student lounge on on the fourth floor.
So the new teaching stations or classrooms will be high-tech, will have all modern-day AV, data.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
to the university classroom standards.
Saying that the classrooms will house about how many?
About 45 people in each classroom. There are 13 classrooms plus the 2 large lecture halls.
And the lecture halls will hold
200 in one and 350 in the other.
Nice, and the lecture halls will be all modern day, new seating, ceilings, AV, lighting,
Complete reconstruction.
brand new.
One of the big issues that we faced with the Monteith project is that about a month before we finished our construction documents, we had a severe flood in the building, which flooded the entire basement, which included the electrical service, the elevator equipment. The flood poured up to the first floor level and damaged finishes there. So by the time we were done with all of this, evaluating the damages and what the repairs would be, we elected to make some improvements to the building. So where originally we had planned to use the existing elevator, we are expanding the elevator, providing a new cab, one that is ADA compliant. In the same way, we're providing a new UITS service entrance for data and telecom, a new electrical primary service, beyond what we had originally planned to do.
So last year, that severe cold snap that we had, the building was unoccupied, and there was a water service froze in the basement and flooded out.
Actually, the shutoff valve blew apart under the pressure of the freeze-thaw action from the main in the street.
Holy mackerels.
and poured water into the basement. But we are beyond that. One thing I will say, even with the setbacks that we had with the flood and a very aggressive schedule, which I'll talk about in a second, we were able to bid this significantly below our estimated cost of construction and include amenities like a new elevator and new upgraded lecture hall seating. The contractor for this project is KBE Construction. They're also building the new STEM dorm up on, is that Alumni Drive?
Up on the hill, yep.
Up on the hill. It's going very quickly. They have a 10.5-month construction schedule with completion due in July of this summer for both projects. And we will have the math department, knock on wood, moved in by the middle of August 2016.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, so this is actually, Tom, a little bit later. Normally, going forward, we're going to, do a planning video and go into construction. This project is into construction, about 40% complete at this time. I've actually started some videos. So when we pick up into our construction photo, it will be a little bit further on. But it is so perfect to give our viewers an idea of actually, what happened, what were the thought processes in designing, and how we got to where we are today. So
we were very fortunate on this project that we had a really focused design team and a really focused university team here at PAES, so that we could get through this cleanly, because every decision and milestone on this project falls backwards from occupying in summer of 2016. One of the things that you can look forward to, hopefully soon, is a newsletter that we'd like to put out called the Monteith Monitor, that will describe some of the aspects of construction and schedule issues that are coming up. This is a draft that's partially complete. We expect to release this in a couple of weeks along with this first video.
Wonderful, Tom. Well, we look forward to seeing it, and thank you so much for all your efforts on this project. You've done a wonderful job, and we really appreciate it.